it's Rena. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of on a filming roll today, so that's why you keep seeing me in the same makeup, same clothes. I'm trying to film a lot of videos so that while I go to Europe, I'm not like totally lagging behind and my channel isn't just like sitting here, you know, not getting any love. So that is why you will see me wearing the same thing. Although I do quite like my makeup today. It's Sugar Pill. I used Kitten Parade all over the lid, Flame Point in the crease, and Suburbia in the outer corner, and just kind of blended it all together. Anyway, not the point of this video. I wanted to talk about my favorite indie products and do kind of like an indie spotlight on different brands and what I like from each different brand. So I basically have all my stuff right here in front of me. My filming setup is still pretty primitive, so if you hear like clinking around, it might be because my jars are right in front of me on my laptop. Once I get to school, I think I'll be able to figure out a better way of setting up, you know, where I'd film. But because I'm at home and I'm kind of in a halfway point, yeah, it's just going to kind of be this way for a little while. Anyway, I wanted to talk about different brands that I really like. I think that indies are a fantastic like avenue to find things that are really creative and different and unique. I started shopping indie probably 8 years ago now. Right when I was actually starting to get into makeup, I started using indies, and I think my first brands were like Beauty from the Earth and Fiorine, and I still purchase from Fiorine, so yeah, that kind of shows that they'll probably be one of my favorites that's listed quite a few times in here. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the brands that I really enjoy and what they do best, in my opinion, and just go through, you know, some great products that I highly recommend. So I think we'll start off with the eyes because I am an eyeshadow junkie. I have way too many indie eyeshadows. It's like insane. But I'm going to start off with my #1 product, probably of all of these, like everything in front of me, this is the #1, and it's Fiorine Pixie Epoxy. It looks like this. Normally the label here would have information written on it, but mine is very well loved, and it's all scratched off. But you can kind of see it's like a almost transparent gel, kind of a cloudy color, but it goes on your lid transparent. And it's basically a glitter adhesive, but you can use it for other things. It just kind of looks like that. And I do have one swatch on my hand, so let's just ignore that. But I'm going to put some Pixie Epoxy on my hand here. You don't need much, and it definitely takes a learning curve to understand how to use it, but it's definitely worth it. It's one of my favorite products. So you can see where I put it on because it's, you know, shiny, but it's clear and it dries down. So you got to give it like 30 seconds before you can apply anything over it. But it just gets really nice and like tacky, and that's when you know you can put your eyeshadows on top. And it transforms eyeshadows like no other. I use this with my loose shadows from indie brands, but I also use it with regular traditional eyeshadows like Urban Decay, where they have a lot of shimmer and glitter and fallout. This really helps with that, to like curb that fallout and really take care of it. So now that we have that out of the way, I want to talk about Fiorine eyeshadows because I think they're fantastic. They're probably the brand I have the most of. I don't even want to admit how many I have, but I think last time I checked it was over 100. So, but they're so cheap. Like, I've been collecting them for 8 years, and they're like $2.20. They start off at $2.25 for a mini sample jar, and now they're $2.75. But you get so much product in a mini sample that I will never go through one. So let me show you. This is about the size of a mini versus a full size from them, and the mini has like that much product in it, and you need so little. Their formula is really, really nice. It really lasts a long time. Fiorine eyeshadows typically, even without Pixie Epoxy, will last at least 8 to 9 hours on me without creasing or any noticeable fading, and they are so unique. Fiorine eyeshadows are probably my favorite. I think they are so complex, and they always come out with something new, and it's just lovely. They have such a big variety. So I do want to swatch some of them on Pixie Epoxy so you can see the effect. So the one that I just showed you here is called Winter Again, and it's one of my favorites. And they make amazing duochromes like this. This is like an iridescent white with a blue sheen. It makes a great inner corner highlight. And I think this one is just part of their normal range. They have different types of eyeshadows. They have their standard ones. They have Arcane Magics, which I think I have one in front of me to show you. And they also have Exquisites, which are almost all glitter. They're like very sheer, but if you put them over Pixie Epoxy, they become like just this gorgeous like shimmery goodness. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I did. I have one Arcane Magic, and this is called Wicked Fairies. This is one of their newer shades, I think, relatively. There, you can really see it. In the jar, it looks like kind of a burnt red, but on my hand, it's like a purple. But if I go like that, you can kind of see the red again. Purple, red. You know, it's a nice duochrome. Their Arcane Magics are really beautiful. Here's the cap. You can kind of see the effect in the cap, where you can see the gold and orange and then the red. They transform over Pixie Epoxy and they shift so beautifully on the lid. The Arcane Magics are so beautiful because you can put just one eyeshadow all over your entire lid and look like you're wearing 3. It's amazing. I have 2 other ones to show you. This one is Rapunzel Head Extensions, which you can see I've used a ton of it because this used to have as much as Winter Again had in the jar. This is one of their most popular shades. And it's been around since I started shopping with them. And it's right there. It's this peachy pink. You can see it kind of looks very subtle. And then it flashes to this gold and then back to the pink. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then I have one more just that I wanted to show you guys because it is my favorite of all time. And it's Pop Art Mini Skirt. This is discontinued, unfortunately, but it is my favorite. And it's funny because I used to like hate oranges and not think I could wear them, but this eyeshadow changed my mind. I hope you'll be able to see. You might not be able to, but it has beautiful blue shimmer in it. It's very subtle, but it's like a creamsicle orange with beautiful blue shimmer, and it's just the best. And just to show you, full sizes, they are packed to the top. There's no sifter, but they really give you a ton of product, and it's a great price point. So the minis are $2.75. And I think the full sizes are $6.50 to $7, somewhere in that range. Okay, so keeping on the same trend of indie eyeshadows, I'm going to talk about my favorite matte eyeshadows, and they are from Notoriously Morbid. Now, the ones that I have are from the, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the Apocalyptic something. It was an old collection. It's not around anymore. It was limited edition, but they still have mattes in the same formula, and they're great. So because I put Pixie Epoxy on my hand, I'm not going to swatch these because they will, mattes kind of tend to like flake off on top of Pixie Epoxy. It's not the best combination, but I will just show you. They're very matte. They have a lot of unique colors. They have an entire Buffy collection and multiple different additions to the Buffy collection, so like 3 or 4 different like waves, I think they call them, and they're all matte shadows. They all go on so nice and smooth. They blend beautifully together, and they're soft, and they last a long time. So I highly recommend checking out Notoriously Morbid's Buffy collections because they're all matte, except for like 1 or 2 shades. And they're just beautiful. Like, where else are you going to find like a teal matte shade and then a deep plum matte? You know, usually you see more neutral mattes, so I really like that option. Last eyeshadow that I'm going to be talking about is from Femme Fatale. I have a bunch of their samples, but I'm just going to show you guys the 2 full sizes that I have. These 2 are wonderful to wear every day. They really just look kind of like what I said with Fiorine, where you can put one all over your lid and it looks like you're wearing multiple colors. Femme Fatale is the same way. They are an Australian-based brand, so they're a little more difficult to get your hands on, but you can actually order them through Shiro Cosmetics if you live in the United States, so you don't have to pay like custom fees, and shipping's not going to be super expensive. So the first one I'm going to show you is Alpine Skies, and it's right here. It's like a tan if you look at it that way, and then when it flashes, it turns to an icy blue. It's beautiful. I mean, Femme Fatale makes amazing duochromes. I know I said I love Fiorine the best, but it's a toss-up between these 2 brands. And this is Candied Apple, which is like a plummy shade, and then when it hits the light, it turns to like a green shade. It's not really capturing well on camera, which is unfortunate because it really is beautiful. These shadows last a long time as well, but I think what's really special about them is their shift, and I think if you use Pixie Epoxy or another glitter adhesive with it, you're really going to get them to show up at their highest potential. So I really like Femme Fatale. I ordered my full sizes through Shiro, and the samples I got, I ordered them through Femme Fatale when they used to do free shipping on samples. Don't think they do that anymore, but you can also get the nail polishes that they do through Shiro, and I like those as well. So, you know, it's kind of like if you live in the United States, Shiro is a good way to buy them because they do have a wide variety of the colors. I guess since we're on the topic, I'll just switch into Shiro. They actually make my favorite blush products. So I have Gelato Beach, which I think I've talked about in my blush tag video. It's a gorgeous coral. And this was the old blush packaging. It used to be like much bigger, and now it's about this size. I think there was a price cut, I'm not quite sure, but these two are from the NSYNC collection. I was an NSYNC girl, so I had to get these and not the Backstreet Boys ones. These are so highly pigmented. I'll go ahead and give you some wrist swatches real quick. This one is called Alpha Tone for My Sins, and it's a bubblegum pink. There we go. Gorgeous. And what's nice is though, I can't talk today, guys. What's nice is that even though they're highly pigmented, they blend out really nicely. So this is a Chris for Good Luck. This one scares me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think I've ever worn this one. I might have, maybe once. It's just such a tomato red. So there we go, there's that. And then my personal favorite is You're Making Me. It looks like that because it's supposed to be cute, like You're Making Me Blush. And it's just my favorite because it's like a purpley pink with a little bit of shimmer. And this was when they hit like a certain amount of likes or followers on Facebook. There you go. It's just like a purpley pink, kind of similar to Alpha Tone for My Sins, but more purple. They last a long time. They're so finely milled. They feel really nice on the skin. They apply very evenly when you use a good brush. And yeah, I just really like how you can shear them out or build them up. Last thing from Shiro is actually their lip glosses. So I'm going to shift into lip products now. They do custom lip glosses. So this is a custom one that I had done. This is with their eyeshadow called Alkahestry. You can request an eyeshadow that they have to be made into a lip gloss, and you can choose how opaque you want it. So this is Alkahestry, and I think I got it in moderate. There it is. It's a really nice topper for purple or blue lipsticks. So you can choose the scent, you can choose how opaque you want it, choose the color, and there's also an option for them to color match. So let's say, I don't know, I'll reach and grab this one. You really wanted Jeffree Star doll parts, but you want it in a gloss form, and you know, maybe you didn't want a liquid lipstick, you know what I mean? Or you didn't want it to be this opaque. You want it to be more of a sheer lip gloss that looks like this color. They would do that for you. They can custom match, color match. If you just give them a reference picture or a reference swatch, they can do it for you. So it's really awesome. It's about $10 depending on what you do. Like, I think it's an extra $1 for a flavor or scent. But it's about anywhere from $9 to $10 for a custom gloss, which I don't think is bad, especially if you're looking for a specific color that might be discontinued now. It's a good way to get your hands on that. And then just in general, I love their glosses. They're so comfortable. They're the only gloss I really wear, to be honest, because I used to wear gloss all the time, but I just can't deal with it now. I don't know. They're super, well, some of them are super opaque. It depends. Some of them are marketed as being sheer. But the ones that I have are pretty opaque, and they feel very comfortable on the lips. They're slippery, but not too slippery, and, you know, they're not thick or anything. The scents don't linger, so if you don't like the particular scent, you know, it's not a big deal. And they're cute, and they have cute themes. So, like, this is a Game of Thrones one called Red Wedding, and I'll go ahead and swatch this one. This one's really pretty. I know people have issues with it feathering. I don't usually have that issue with this one. There it is. It's kind of moderately opaque. This one is my favorite neutral, and you can actually tell because, like, I guess I'm gonna need a new tube soonish. And this one is from the Nicolas Cage collection, The Cages Through the Ages. This is Nick Cage nibbling petite fours on in a posh Victorian tea room. You can see him in like Victorian clothing. And it looks like that. It's just like a sheer nudish brown, and I really love this color. And then lastly, it might be the most opaque I've ever owned from them, and it's from the Instinct collection, and it's called Just in Time. And this is like the bomb, guys. It's the most opaque red lip gloss like ever. It's gorgeous. It's super fun. So yeah, those are my lip glosses that I have. I have a ton more, but like these are like top 3 from Shiro. Okay, so lipstick, I have one from Fear&A. They have a bunch of different types of lipsticks. So they have the traditional bullet ones, and this is in the shade Purr. And it's like a mauve shade. It's kind of like My Lips, but better, like, but more badass, I guess. So My Lips, but badass. It gives a little bit of a mauve, like purpley tint, really gorgeous. They are a little drier than a traditional lipstick, so they kind of tug when they go on, but they don't fade, and they last a long time even through eating and drinking. So I can kind of sacrifice the fact that they tug going on for the fact that they're going to last a long time. They have other lipsticks. They have lip lusters, which are more of a cream lipstick, and they also have their liquid to matte lipsticks, which are, like I just said, liquid lipsticks that are matte. I'm not a huge fan of those. They're not terrible. They're just not as good to me as like Jeffree Star or Kat Von D. They just don't last a long time, but they're also not marketed to do that. It's just not my personal preference. Their lip lusters I love. They are very comfortable to wear. They're not marketed as long lasting, but they're more comfortable. So I really like Fear&A's lipsticks, the traditional ones. I haven't tried any other ones besides Purr and Witchcraft, but they're good. I really highly recommend them. And the last thing I have is the Lunatic Cosmetic Lab Apocalypse Lix, which I think is the cutest name. These are technically a liquid lipstick, but they don't set to matte. They stay like glossy, but they're more opaque than a gloss, if that makes any sense. So they come in a variety of shades. I have mostly weird shades, but they have like reds and pinks and corals as well. This one is Grave Heart Shift, which I think is a cute name. Let me find a spot to swatch on my hand. They are very opaque. They have a minty feel to them, and they actually last quite a while considering they are more glossy. This one is London Bridge. This is my favorite. This is what I was wearing in my Anastasia Beverly Hills review on the Modern Renaissance palette. It's right there. Gorgeous, kind of periwinkle, deep blue. And then this one is called Coven Cream. And it's right there. So I like these a lot. They feel very comfortable on the lips. Again, I don't wear gloss that often, so for me to like a product like this, it has to be really great. And I like the fact that it's kind of pepperminty. But yeah, that was my makeup. I have a couple of scents. This video is going to be super long, and I apologize for that. I just like talking about indie makeup. So a couple of different scent brands I want to hit real quick. First is going to be $16.92. This size is about $12 or $13. It's a perfume oil. You can see how much I've gone through of this scent. You don't need much. I will say with $16.92, you typically have to reapply a little bit more, but it's worth it. This is Lolita, and it is I think it's described as like a peach candy scent with a little bit of floral. To me, it smells like straight up gummy worms or gummy bears, and that is like exactly what I've always wanted in a perfume. So I love Lolita. It's like the best for summer, and they have a lot of cool, innovative perfumes. One of their others that they have is called Last Exit for the Lost, and I think that's part of their fall collection. It's a, what is it called? Bonfire Smoke, Apple, and Hay perfume, and it is my favorite, like, almost of all time. Next, I'm going to talk about Smelly Yeti, which is a funny name, and this is Paradiso. Their full sizes are $15. But you get quite a bit of perfume. They last forever. Like these ones have like the longest lasting power for me. And I really like the variety of scents. They have a Buffy collection. They had a Clue collection for a while. They have a bunch of different cute collection ideas. They also have, you know, like Paradiso, Purgatorio, Inferno. Really fun. I like them a lot. let's see, Lulu's, soaps, scents, and scrubs. I always get that last part wrong, but it's Lulu's, and they are on Etsy. They make one of my favorites called Gum on My Other Boot, and it's a bubblegum and leather scent, which sounds really weird, but it basically fits my personality perfectly, and it's such a comforting scent. Lulu's perfumes last all day on me. They make my favorites. The owner is so sweet. She actually, like, made a whole perfume collection because I encouraged her to, kind of. Like, she was thinking about doing it based off of all different apple ciders, because I love her one cider scent. And she was like, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And I was like, oh, you know, please, it would be awesome. And then she ended up doing it. And she ended up coming out with a perfume that was a vanilla and cider merging together. And what's funny about it is she actually did it because of myself and another indie Makeup and More user on Reddit, and kind of made a perfume for both of us, which was really awesome. And my last brand is House of Gloy, and they are very popular in the indie realm. I have these two full sizes to talk about. I have another one, but it's more of a fall scent. So this is Zaz, and it is a grapefruit fizzy kind of soda scent. And I have Plowman, which is really different and difficult to explain. It's like hay, leather, daffodils, and carrots. It's a very weird fresh scent, and these last a long time. I can't remember how much full sizes are from House of Gloy. I want to say $13. I could be wrong. Somewhere between $13 and $17. They last a long time. I think they're a great deal. I've almost never gone through the sample I have of Plowman, and I wear it a lot. So it's a good value for your money. And they have all types of beauty, like bath products, I mean. So highly recommend all of these different perfume brands. I got into indie perfume about like a year ago, and it's just been like a downward spiral. Yeah, so I love all of those. Highly recommend. Sorry this video was so long. I just love talking about indie makeup and perfume. I hope you guys got some good suggestions, and I will put all the brands that I mentioned down in the description box below so you can go to their websites and check out the products. All of the brands I mentioned have many more products to check out other than, you know, just what I talked about. So have fun, you know, checking it out and looking into things. And please subscribe if you haven't already if you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys later.